Hi, Junior Fire Chiefs. I'm Captain Berger of the Halton Hills Fire Department, and I want to thank you for joining me for Firefighter Storytime. I'm so excited. We are going to read some stories, we're going to dance, and we're going to sing, and hopefully you're just going to learn a little bit about fire safety. So let's start with our hello song. Does everybody know this? Good. So start with your hand and say, hello everybody and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hello everybody and how are you? How are you today? Very good. Now let's clap our hands. Hello everybody and clap your hands, clap your hands, clap your hands. Hello everybody and clap your hands today. All right, can you stomp your feet? I think you can. Hello everybody and stomp your feet, stomp your feet, stomp your feet. Hello everybody and stomp your feet today. All right, how about we rub our bellies? Hello everybody and rub your belly, rub your belly, rub your belly. Hello everybody and rub your belly today. All right, let's make it tricky. I want you to also tap your head while you rub your belly. Ready? Hello everybody and rub your belly, tap your head, rub your belly. Hello everybody and rub your belly, tap your head today. Very good. Once again, thank you for joining me. Let's get started. Hi, Junior Fire Chiefs. I'd like to introduce you to my team. I have 5 firefighters on my team, and each of them has their own role, and they all work together as a team to help stop any emergency. So we're going to do a little rhyme. We'll do it twice. First time nice and slow, and the second time we'll put it together. So it goes like this. This little firefighter rings the bell. This little firefighter holds the hose so well. This little firefighter slides down the pole. Whee! And this little firefighter chops a really big hole. This little firefighter climbs higher and higher. And all these firefighters work together to put out the fire. Very good. Did you get that? All right, let's do it one more time, a little quicker. Let's get your 5 firefighters up. And let's start with the thumb. This little firefighter rings the bell. This little firefighter holds the hose so well. This little firefighter slides down the pole. Whee! And this little firefighter chops a really big hole. This little firefighter climbs higher and higher. And all these firefighters work together to put out the fire. All right, kids. Now it's time for my favorite book, No Dragons for Tea. And this is a book that has some really important messages in it. I hope you enjoy. One warm and sunny day at the end of last week, my mum and I went for a walk to the creek. As I raced down the hill in my little red wagon, I veered to the left and smacked into a dragon. I suppose he could see there was fear in my eyes as I jumped to my feet, quite filled with surprise. He sheepishly grinned and stepped out of the way, but he seemed so polite, I asked him to play. He had a cute bear and some other toys too. With my shovel and pail, we'd have oodles to do. We ran to the creek and then on to the bay, where we played on the beach for the rest of the day. Then Mom waved and said, now it's time to go eat. Let's pack up the red wagon and head up the street. It's hard to stop playing with friends old or new, so I asked if the dragon could come eat too. Mom wrinkled her brow and squinted her eyes, looking up at that dragon's incredible size. I begged and I pleaded and said very sweet, we won't make a mess, we'll be tidy and neat. So at last she said, yes, just this once I will agree, you may have the dragon come over for tea. We had carrots and apples, thick slices of ham, with fresh homemade biscuits and strawberry jam. Cold glasses of milk and a great big dill pickle, but the pepper we sprinkled sure made my nose tickle. Then the dragon's nose twitched and he started to wheeze. His eyes misted up and he blew a great sneeze. Achoo! Well, we all know what happens when dragons achoo. Flames shot from his mouth and both nostrils too. Our tablecloth sparked and then burst into flames, and the curtains that hung right behind did the same. The smoke alarm rang with a loud piercing sound. It meant get out fast, so I dropped to the ground. The room filled with smoke as I crawled on the floor and started to make my way to the front door. The dragon got scared and decided to hide. But I knew when there's fire, we must get outside. I grabbed his thick tail and with one mighty tug, I pulled that big dragon from under the rug. I crept down the hallway and said, "Follow me. I know the way out. We must meet by the tree." So Mum and the dragon and I all met there. Then that silly old dragon went back for his bear. We ran up and caught him and wouldn't let go and said, "Listen, dragon, here's what you should know. Don't ever go back, that just will not do. We can get a new bear, but we can't replace you." Since the fire was burning inside of our home, we went to the neighbors to borrow the phone. Mom knew what to dial and said, calm and clear, "Here's our full street address. Send the fire trucks here." Before very long, down the street came a sailing, with bright red lights flashing and loud sirens wailing. The fire crew rushed to start work on their tasks. They were dressed in big boots. They wore helmets and masks. They hooked up the hose and ran into the house, where they sprayed streams of water in order to douse. The table, the curtains, are lovely snacks too, and it didn't take long before the fire was through. The fire chief called out the door with a shout, "The smoke made a mess, but the fire is out." My poor friend the dragon, he knew he was to blame. So he hung his head down and wept great tears of shame. One of the fire crew said, "Don't be sad. You knew what to do, and of that we're quite glad. You all got out safely. That's really what matters." Then she took us to see the big truck, pump, and ladders. The end. Did you enjoy that book? Like I said, that's my favorite. Hey, Junior Fire Chiefs, I have a little game for us to play. It's called Hot or Not. And in this game, I'm going to show you some pictures, and I want you to yell out what the picture is of. And after you yell out what the picture is, I'm going to ask you if you think that item is hot or not. Sound good? All right, we're going to start off nice and easy. Here's my little buddy. Who's this? That's right, this is Olaf. Is Olaf hot or not? That's right, he's not hot, but he's made out of snow and he likes warm hugs. All right, next one. What about this? What is this? That's right, this is a fire. Is fire hot or not? That's right, a fire is hot. So we're going to put it over here on the hot side. Very good. All right, this one's a little bit tricky. What do you think? What is this? That's right, this is an ice cream cone. Would you say an ice cream cone is hot or not? That's right, this is not hot. So that's going to go over here, and Olaf is going to enjoy that. All right, next we have this. What is this called? That's right, this is a kettle. And a kettle's job is to make hot water. So would you say this is hot or not? That's right, this is hot. So let's keep this away from Olaf because we don't want him to melt. All right, what do we have here? What is this? This is a fridge, very good. And a fridge job is to keep food and drinks cold. So would you say this is hot or not? That's right, this is not hot. So this is going to go over by Olaf there to keep the rest of his ice cream cold. Okay, here we go. What about this? That's right, this is a toaster. Would you say a toaster is hot or not? That's right, a toaster is hot. So you should never put your hand in or on a toaster. This one might be a little bit tricky. What is this called? That's right, this is a lighter. And a lighter's job is to start fires. So would you say this is hot or not? That's right, this is hot, and you should never play with a lighter. What about this? Does anyone know what this is? This is a cooler. Very good, and we use coolers when we go camping to keep drink and food cold. Would you say this is hot or not? That's right, this is not hot. Good, only a couple more. You're doing so good. What do you think this is? That's right, this is an oven or a stove. And an oven and a stove's job is to cook food. So would you say this is hot or not? That's correct, this is hot. You should never open or put your hands in, on, or on top of a stove or oven. Very good. Last one. What is this? Very good. This is a hot beverage, so this could be coffee or tea or hot chocolate. If you spill this on you, might it burn you? That's correct, it will. So would you say this is hot or not? That's right, this is hot. So we're going to put it over here on hot. So you're doing such a great job. So all these items on this side, under hot, are hot, and they shouldn't be played with. They are for adults, because I don't want you to get hurt. But you can eat as much ice cream as you want. All right, Junior Fire Chiefs, I just heard that we need to respond to a fire, and I think I need your help. Do you think you can help me? All right, we are going to sing a song and do some actions to it. The tune is to Row, Row Your Boat. We're going to do the actions in the song first, so you can learn them, and then we'll put it all together. Ready? Okay. First, when we're going to a call, we need to get there. So we get into our fire trucks, we grab our steering wheel, and it goes like this. Drive, drive, drive the truck. Drive, drive, drive the truck. Responding to a call. We have a really sharp corner, so you need to lean into it and turn the steering wheel. Turn, turn, turn the corner. We need to save them all. Very good. Now that we're getting close, I want you to hold your hand up like this and look around. And we're going to look, look, look for the fire. Look, look, look for the fire. Point your hand and say, look, it's over there. Very good. Now we need to climb in the second window on a ladder to put out the fire. So we're going to climb, climb, climb the ladder. We enter as a pair. Very good. Now that we've saved the people, we need to put out the fire. So you're going to grab your hose. You're going to open up what's called the bale, and you're going to spray, spray, spray the water. Spray, spray, spray the water. Yay! The fire's out. Now that that fire's out, we have to go back to the fire station and be ready for the next emergency. We're going to get back in our truck, grab that steering wheel, and we're going to go back, back, back to the station. We'll take the quickest route. All right, you got it? Good job. Let's put it all together. All right, Junior Fire Chiefs, we've just been paged out to a fire, and I need your help putting it out. Do you think you can help me? I knew you could help me. Let's go. Get in your fire trucks. Ready? Drive, drive, drive the truck. Drive, drive, drive the truck. Responding to a call. Turn, turn, turn the corner. We need to save them all. Look, look, look for the fire. Look, look, look for the fire. Look, it's over there. Climb, climb, climb the ladder. We enter as a pair. Spray, spray, spray the water. Spray, spray, spray the water. Yay! The fire's out. Back, back, back to the station. We'll take the quickest route. Thanks for all your help. All right, Junior Fire Chiefs, I've got time for one more story. This one is called Spark the Firefighter. And this is about a dragon who is afraid of fires, but in the end, he overcomes his fear. The town of Hardscrabble had an opening in their volunteer fire department. So they posted a sign and handed out notices, but nobody answered the call. And then one applicant finally showed up. It was a dragon. "My name is Spark," he said. The chief was not sure this was a good idea. He had never heard of a dragon that wanted to fight fires. "Then I will be the first," said Spark. What Spark didn't say is that he was actually afraid of fire. Other dragons couldn't wait to blow flames. Not Spark. Fire was so bright, so hot, it had always made him nervous. Without fire, Spark hadn't been able to guard treasure or frighten off unfriendly knights. The other dragons had made fun of him. To be a proper dragon, Spark needed to go over his fear. And for that, he figured he had come to the right place. "We might as well give him a try," the other firefighters whispered. "Nobody else wants the job." The chief agreed. "All right, Spark," he said. "Let's see what you're made of." First, Spark had to do push-ups and sit-ups. Then he crawled through tunnels and carried equipment up and down stairs. It was important to make sure he was in good shape. Spark learned how to carry ladders and control a water hose. He studied books on helping people who were injured or burned. Firefighters also gave demonstrations at schools. "Smoke rises," the chief explained. "Crawl under it to get out. And if your clothing catches on fire, stop, drop, and roll." Spark's first real test came on a smoky stove. "Never put out grease fires with water," said the chief. "Use chemicals to smother it." Spark didn't get too close, but he finished the job in the end. His second fire took him into the woods. The trees crackled like fireworks, the flames dancing wildly off the trunks and branches. Spark backed off a little at first. "I can do this," he told himself over and over, and he did. As the weeks passed, other emergencies came up. An electrical fire at Hardscrabble Inn had Spark cleaning out the rooms. Some people wanted to pack their bags first, but a growl from Spark hurried them along. Firefighters use their brains as well as their muscles. The chief liked to say, "And believe it or not, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire." Spark wasn't sure what this meant, but when a mill fire threatened to go out of control, he used his brain a lot. He diverted some water from the river just in time. "Good work," said the chief. "Way to go, Spark," said the other firefighters. And then one day, the alarm went off again. The whole crew arrived to find a big barn burning. Horses and cows were trapped inside. "It's too dangerous for us to go in," said the chief, "even in our protective suits." Spark hesitated. He knew it wasn't too dangerous for a dragon. Spark thought about the poor animals with no way to get out. "I have to do something," he said. With a mighty roar, Spark rushed into the barn. The flames licked at his feet, but he didn't care. The horses and cows were huddled in the middle. He could see they were even more afraid than he was. Then Spark took a deep breath. He shot out a burst of dragon flame and blew out one of the walls. "Follow me," Spark shouted, and led the animals to safety. Spark could hardly believe it. This must be what the chief meant by fighting fire with fire. From that day on, Spark used his courage and everything he had learned about fire safety to do his job better than ever. But now that his fear was gone, he was eager to try other things. The other firefighters were sorry to see him go. "Good luck, Spark," they said. "Thanks for all your help." Back home, Spark is pretty busy these days. There's treasure to protect and princesses to impress, and he keeps a close watch for those knights looking for a fight. But he still returns to Hardscrabble sometimes to help out with the new recruits. The end. Well, thank you for listening to this book. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you everyone for joining me today for Firefighter Storytime. I hope you enjoyed yourself and you learned a little bit about fire safety. But now it's time to say goodbye to all of our friends. Let's say goodbye to all of our friends, all of our friends, all of our friends. Let's say goodbye to all of our friends. It was nice to be with you. Thank you, everyone.